topic of fucking discussion is. You know what the fuck we talking about. Kendrick Lamar, man. Kendrick Lamar, man. We been waiting on this nigga since the damn album. How many years ago was that? It was about 5-6 years ago. Yes, about 5-6 years ago, we were waiting on this man. So we gonna say shout out to Kendrick, man. This new album for me, and I'm gonna just go ahead and throw my whole opinion out there. This new album for me, immaculate, bro. I can't give it no less. I mean, I'ma still give my opinion on it, but I'ma still say it's immaculate. But okay, I'm sorry. Immaculate, but it could have been a little more simply because from listening to his lyrics, I can tell that he's been having writer's block and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and say it was the best record, and it was a good record and everything. It wasn't his best record, but it was a good record, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I love it.
So before we really kick off the shit, I kind of want to set the mood and give a little bit of prelude to this project because there was a lot going on. It's hard to really just dive into it and digest it that way. Okay, a lot of people just decided, I want to hear it once or twice, and then I want to tell my opinion. And I said, nah, man, you got to really take everything into consideration when it comes down to this project. So when it comes down to it, in 2017, Donald Trump was elected president of the United States of America, and it couldn't have been a more world-rocking hit. Kendrick Lamar had just dropped Untitled Unmastered, and a bad reception at that. Though the album consisted of throwaways from Pimp a Butterfly, we had expected a lot more from the young artist. Now, in the midst of turmoil in regards to police shootings of unarmed black folks, Kendrick had returned with Damn, and a liken to Trump shook the world of hip-hop. 2020 had come and gone. Like many artists, Kendrick had remained elusive, detaching from phones and focusing on PG Lang, the company that he would announce, but we would have no clue of what the fuck it was. Now, eventually he will pop out with Baby King for his 2020 single, Family Ties. The week before release, we'd eventually get The Heart Part 5, which we'll discuss a bit later. Now, an artist is only as good as their last effort, and with the brilliance of Damn, Kendrick truly had his work cut out for him. Now, while the Family Ties verse wasn't the greatest, Kendrick would reassure his fans and all the listeners he'd be smoking on top 5 tonight. Okay, I put the quote-unquotes up. 5? That's a good question. I'm going to ask it again in a minute. So, it's 2022, and after a 5-year wait, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is released May 13th. Now, videos like The Heart would normally open with features or the track list for the album. I want to begin with the mood, though, on this video here on the WNBP. So, in its entirety, the melancholic atmosphere Kendrick creates with United in Grief lets you in on sad vibes. And later in the episode, I'll discuss how I felt prior to the release of The Heart. And I thought the title, when it was all said and done, we had something weird going on with the coding on the PG Lang website. We talked about it. Right. It was something going on with the PG Lang website. It kind of let everybody know ahead of time, like, hey, this is coming out, even though it's not out. And then eventually, a little bit later, Spotify, prior to midnight, had announced that The Heart Part 5 was out already. And everybody was fucking showing up for it and eventually shut down the website. And that was fucked up Apple Music and fucking Spotify, both in the same day. So, hold on, give me a sec. Now, with the PG Lang website referring to The Heart Part 5, on the pod, I theorized that Kendrick would be referring to the people in the industry, the other rappers, as the Big Steppers. And that was kind of my theory in the prior episode. Actually, I'm probably going to just implant this clip into the prior episode so that it's more up to date. And then we just going to do it like that. And then, so, go ahead.
Here's a little blinker, because I don't know if anybody peeped or if anybody know. This nigga Kendrick's going on tour. Okay? It's called the Big Stepper Tour. It's called the Big Stepper Tour. Okay? I don't know if anybody's tapped in. Did y'all know that? He's going on tour. It's called the Big Stepper Tour. He has Lil Key.
Baby King.
That's his name. Okay. And I guess another chick that's on the TDE, I forget her name. I'm sorry.
So it's a guy, and his name is Thomas. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's something.
I thought his name was Thomas.
It's something, unless that's his real name. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, it's something else that gave me woman vibes. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right.
with that being said, this nigga Kendrick know what the fuck he doing. He coming for that bag. Motherfucking the song with Silent Hill featuring Kodak Black. It's actually, I just looked at it yesterday. It was number 4 on YouTube in music. It's number 4. Stop playing with this nigga. That's just not the one song off the album. You know what I'm saying? With no video.
Tana Leon.
No video.
Tana Leon is the artist. It's a guy. The Leon part might have got you.
Shit, the Tana part would have got me. Shit.
Man, I don't know what it would got me.
Ain't that
But
G
with
Herbo
that being what it is,
girlfriend?
I just seen the name and I seen the flyer and all that shit. So he knows what he's doing. He's coming for that bag.
Yeah, so hey, throughout the album, he speaks multiple times about the death of my ego, which is what I believed would allow him to release the content within the album once we actually get in depth about what he actually is talking about here. While Kendrick hinted more about the themes of the album, about Heart Part 5, the people know what's up. We knew that this wouldn't be on the album, but it also kickstarts the album's solemn mood. And to top it all off, the first words we hear are his wife's, reminding him to tell the truth. So, with no further ado, what was more of y'all opening insights? Sko, the first time you heard this, what was on your mind?
So, what's the new Kendrick?
Yes.
I still ain't listened to it yet.
Oh,
I can't get it
yeah,
on
okay.
thing.
Well, that's kind of fucked up. Cause look, my first listen, I didn't listen to it when it immediately dropped because it dropped at 12. Okay, I probably was sleeping, and that's kind of fucked up to be sleeping at 12. I should have been working or something. But whatever I was doing, I ain't even saying I was asleep 100%. But I don't know what the fuck I was doing. The point I'm making is, when I listened to the album, it was the next day, and I was bumping. I'm in the car with a chick. You know what I'm saying? I hop in the car with her, passenger seat, boot, plug it up. We ride on the freeway. I'm listening to it. And I can't lie. I instantly, not instantly like the first song, because that's kind of like instantly, but maybe like the 4th song I was in. N95. N95. That's the second song. N95. That's when I was like, I'm in. You know what I'm saying? And Die Hard was crazy. Rich Spirit was crazy. Purple Hearts. It's a lot of records on here that I'm fucking with. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of records.
Yeah, just from hearing the Heart Part 5, I had a certain expectation because I didn't immediately like the Heart Part 5.
I loved it.
It was something I had to go ahead and take in. I didn't want to say what I thought at the time. And I think that about albums like this. I'm about to go ahead and give my long answer. My long answer is you have to appreciate this album and give time to it and experience different moods in order to properly give appreciation and or not for this joint. You gotta really give it time. There was a lot of callbacks to Pimp a Butterfly. I really think this was To Pimp a Butterfly's predecessor. It was the next step in the evolutionary chain. Nothing else could have come from Kendrick but this, or something like this, where he was being open to a point where no other rapper had been that open before, that wasn't like on the opposite side of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like, for him to go and talk about his trans auntie and trans cousin, you would think it would take another trans person to kind of bring that to the forefront. However, Kendrick stepped up to the plate. And that's why in the beginning, in the United in Grief song, actually it was later, and I can't remember which song it was in on this too, but he eventually started to go, I wish this was somebody other than me. Somebody other than me. And I think that's one of the reasons him taking so long. I think that's one of the reasons why it took him so long. Is that he wanted somebody else to go out there and go, hey, I'm not this, but I want to step up to bat and explain for this community on their behalf. And Kendrick did it. No other artist would have done this. And it's a lot within this album that I think no other artist would have done. And I think this is all that we could expect from Kendrick. Me personally. Is an art piece. But I call it an art piece in order to soften the blow. I'll be honest.
What do you mean soften the blow?
Soften the blow of the same way that when we were on mushrooms and when we were listening to other albums outside of Jimi Hendrix, Axis, Bold as Love, we were like, I think we were all thinking the same shit in our brains, like, yo, this is good, but it's not Jimmy.
Yeah, it ain't Jimmy. Yeah.
This is not fucking Jimmy. And I can listen to this other shit. That's fine. But I want Jimi Hendrix level of greatness right now. So you gotta fucking play something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's kind of what I get from this album. I'm gonna take this and put it honestly at like a. This is his fourth best album. This is his fourth best album for me. And we'll get into our Is It a Classic segment in a minute. But I want to know what Skull thinks about this shit, man. Because have you heard the Heart Part 5 yet?
No. You haven't
Okay.
heard that?
So we about to take a break. Fuck that. We about to listen to the Heart Part 5, man. We'll be right.
4, 5. How many niggas?
Hold on, wait. So we just sat here and watched the Heart Part 5. I want to ask Skull what he thinks just off the first impression. This is a first impression video right here, right now, nigga, for Instagram. Nigga, let's go. 60 seconds. What do you think of this shit?
Nah, that shit was hard. It's definitely got me ready to pop the album after I leave. I think what you was talking about, like why he took Nipsey face up. I think like shit, like nigga, the shit that he was saying, he ain't wanted to seem like he's saying that from Nipsey's point of view, because Nip might not feel like that. You know what I'm saying? But it did sound like he was speaking from his point of view, and that shit was dope as hell either way. But I just felt like it was a respectful thing, so that shit just made it even better. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that shit was the whole way he put that shit together. That shit was hard. It was a dope concept.
And the fact of the matter is what it say, 11, maybe 12 days later, it's still number 1 on motherfucking YouTube. It's still number 1 trending. This video, the Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar, it has 1.7 likes. Guess how many dislikes? None. Get your motherfucking mind right. Shout out to this nigga.
Control my own destiny, only rap with this dear. A G5, G's give high fives to me and say, Kendrick just persevere. The purpose of being real. As I lay in this four-court room, staring at candles, thinking, how can I make an example? With this generation of Compton, my biggest fear is not feeling accomplished. I'm turning back to that same accountant.
Yeah, they say it's cool to have haters, but what if you ain't got none? And you really just look. This nigga literally has no haters. It's literally haters for every situation. He has no dislikes but 1.7 million likes.
So here's the thing. That's not true. So they now hide the dislike count. We talked about that here on the podcast. He's not a everyday guest. But so yeah, we did talk about that here on the show. But yes, they do not show that because it encourages people to dislike. So yeah, I actually want to know: have y'all heard or are very familiar with the previous The Hearts?
I only heard Kendrick album shit. I ain't heard none of that Section 80. I done heard Good Kid, Mad City. I done heard Damn. I done heard Pimp a Butterfly. Like all of the album stuff. But like by the time I got hip to do, it was when you dropped Good Kid, Mad City. I wasn't even hip to cuz like prior to that.
I can't tell you exactly when I got hip to Kendrick, but since I got hip, it just when I first got hip to him, it was like, all right, we got another artist. I can't really categorize him to where I thought he would be, or if I thought he would ever be this sweet or however. But I never looked at him like a nigga that couldn't rap or no shit like that. When I first got hip to him, I never thought as far as to where I think he would be or anything like that. But he definitely is. Once I ultimately became a fan, because I'm a fan of his music. Once I ultimately became a fan, it was like pretty much over from there. He ain't really disappoint me, and at that, when I became a fan, probably was swimming pools.
So, I was slightly a fan before y'all. So my brother had come back. Shout out to Ray from California. He was making moves out there with D. Shout out to D. And he came back with Nipsey and Kendrick. He came back with Kendrick, OD, and he came back with Nipsey, the Marathon. And this was 2008. I want to say it was 07 or 08. And so, by 09, I had ended up going to a Nipsey show for TMC at Club Sin. Right there under the fucking Detroit Bridge is no longer a place, but it was a place. And if you know that place, it's a sacred place. It's got a lot of energy there that you just wouldn't get from anywhere else because it was right there under that fucking bridge. But Kendrick, I was a fan of because I heard bitch you doo-doo, you tea, you turn me down, you thirsty, tell me shut the fuck up. That was my shit. Like, that was my shit. And so it was a different type of song. Excuse me. He was a different type of artist. And so I was in. I was fucking in. And eventually we ended up at fucking Good Kid, Mad City. Everybody was talking about this shit. Everybody was talking about how he had got signed to fucking Interscope. And everybody wanted to know what this kid who had come out with this so introspective album was gonna release, especially because Dr. Dre had signed acts like him before when it came to like Crooked Eye and different types of acts like that. So nobody really was expecting too much from Kendrick until he started fucking performing. So what do y'all remember from, what year was it? 2012. When Good Kid, Mad City came out. Because guess what? We're about to talk. Is it a classic? Kendrick Lamar.
Stop the cap. Is it a fucking classic?
Is it a classic, man? What do y'all remember, man, from this time? What was y'all doing?
No, Good Kid, Mad City. We in 2022 right now. That shit is 10 years ago. It doesn't even seem like it was that long ago. But I guess like when you think about his bodies of work after that and how long in between bodies of work is taking to drop, it's really not surprising, I guess. But Good Kid, Mad City, out of all of his pieces so far, obviously I can't comment on the most recent one, but I would say Good Kid, Mad City, no doubt in my mind, is a classic.
So, Good Kid, Mad City. What were the singles of Good Kid, Mad City?
So yeah, we gotta really like run through it, man. Let's see what this is really about. So, starting first single, The Recipe. Second one, Swimming Pools, Drink. Third one, Backseat Freestyle. I don't really, you know how I'm here to talk my shit. Right. Poetic Justice number 4. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe number fucking 5.
Look, hold on. Look.
Hold
on, now.
trees.
Hold on. Stop fucking playing with me.
Money Trees.
Come on,
Money
now.
Trees was really a single.
That wasn't that. No, Money Trees was not a single.
It was more of a
Nigga
single
just
than
got
Backseat Freestyle.
no. Okay, all right, I'll take that. But cause I take that. You know what I'm saying? But Money Trees, niggas, that wasn't a single. Just niggas just got hip to that shit and it's actually cold, so niggas gonna bump it.
I mean, that's,
you know
that's
what
what makes shit a single though. Like that's what makes shit a single though.
Nah, a single is the joint that you push. That's your single. He didn't push that as his own. That was just on the project. You know
But
what I'm saying?
are you saying that the fans can't pick your single at all?
It depends on how you look at it.
The fans
If you want to
pick
look
your
at it
single
like
nowadays.
if
The fans pick the
if
best
the fans
ones.
gonna pick it, then you're gonna push that song. He never pushed that song.
But once
That's what makes it.
Because it was free promo. It was free promo. Hey, at the thing is, at a certain point, it's free promotion. Why do the job that the fans are already doing for me? Why?
It's just you just at that point once it takes a life of its own and the fans decide it's a single, you just gotta take that free promotion and just take the pros off of that one. Like it's not even like